Greetings! This is Toy Customizer Wake Angel 2001, bringing you the second part of PK Ivysaur's commission, Superamy! Of course, this is a fan mod because there is no such thing as Superamy in any official media. So, don't go trying to unlock her in any games you may have, because it never actually happened. Of course, the base figure would be Amy Rose herself. Though if you look at the photo, you see the way her shoulders look? I think there was a factory assembly error, a rather common one, where her left and right arms are switched around. So the first thing I did was, of course, pop those arms out and switch them around to the other side. And although the hands are on the right side, so you'd have to pop the hands off and swap them as well. It doesn't have too much of a visual effect unless you really don't like the way her shoulders look right now. But trust me, it will help the articulation, and you'll see at the end of the video. For the most part, this figure is just a repaint. Her boots and dress are painted a more vibrant shade of red, as if the Super Aura has actually changed her clothes. After all, that's what it does for Blaze. And, you know, I also painted her pink parts yellow, but they don't actually show in this picture. Let's go to where I made some actual modification. That is, of course, her head, which had the back spine sanded down and then remolded in the upward looking posture type thing. I like to imagine that Amy actually does have a similar spine pattern to Sonic. It's just that she keeps them all combed flat, like her top spine is combed so well onto her middle spine that it just kind of disappears. And then again, it could just be like classic Amy where she doesn't have a middle spine, but I just couldn't leave that much of a void in the back of her head, so I made it there anyway. As per PK Ivysaur's request, I gave Amy one of the old peace sign hands, which I just happen to have. This is actually the same mod I did on my personal Amy that I keep in my collection. You know, so she has one hand to hold the Pico Pico hammer, and the other hand is doing this peace sign. Speaking of the Pico Pico hammer, here it is. And remember what I said about her shoulder mod? Well, as you can see, it allows her to bring her arm in front of her body so she can look cool when she's holding a hammer like this. The hammer itself isn't modified too much, except I painted the yellow parts with gold paint to give it a bit more of a luster. Doesn't really look like much on the camera because the luster doesn't get caught by the flash quite right, but to the naked eye it does look a lot more like metal. PK Ivysaur also wanted a pair of soap shoes made. Just soap shoes. I assume he's gonna stick them onto one of his Sonic figures when he gets them. It's not like the swap is too easy though, because you really have to heat up the figure to soften it to pull the old shoes off, and then you have to heat up the shoes to make them soft. It's a big headache to swap shoes. So the idea is that you only really have to do it once. Alright, this is Toy Customizer Wake Angel 2001 signing off. And hey, I didn't sound like I had a stroke this time.